Do you know who this is? Even if you don't, you're definitely a fan of the character he inspired. He was a multi-billionaire industrialist, an inventor, adventurer, filmmaker, film studio baron, real estate mogul, casino owner, defense contractor, and frightfully popular with the ladies. Seems downright unbelievable, right? At 11, he'd built Houston's first wireless transmitter. At 12, developed his own motorized bike. By 14, he was taking flying lessons. At 19, he inherited 75% of his family fortune. By 21, he'd moved to Hollywood and produced one of the most expensive films of its time that went on to win an Oscar. At 23, he earned his pilot's license. At 27, he launched his aircraft company and began building and flying planes. That same year, he piloted an aircraft he personally designed in which he set a world airspeed record at 352 miles per hour. At 32, he broke the cross-country flying record, covering LA to New York in 7 hours and 28 minutes. At 33, he set another record by flying around the world in 91 hours. By 37, during World War II, he became a defense contractor, focusing on government contracts to build military air combat vehicles, electronics and radar. At 39, he became the majority owner of the American airline TWA. At 41, he was admitted to hospital following a flying accident. While there, he designed a motorized push-button hospital bed that still serves as the blueprint for the ones used till today. At 43, he became the only solo Hollywood studio owner by purchasing RKO Pictures. In his mid-40s, he expanded his aircraft company into guided missile systems and advanced electronics. At 48, he established a medical institute after his name, which went on to become a major force in biomedical research. Through the years, he had a string of relationships, dating several screen legends including Miss Jean Harlow, Miss Katharine Hepburn, Miss Ava Gardner, Miss Bette Davis, Miss Jane Russell, Miss Olivia de Havilland, and Miss Rita Hayworth. So who did this strapping 6 feet 4 inch tall gentleman inspire? In the early 1960s, Stan Lee was working on a superhero who was a hardcore industrialist, a charming yet eccentric genius billionaire, playboy philanthropist and inventor who enjoyed personal flight and also manufactured war munitions. The only name Sir Stan could think of was Sir Howard Hughes, the real-life billionaire who inspired Tony Stark, also known as Iron Man.